Hey guys, it's 604 Comics here. I've got my review for Aquaman issue number 17 ready, so let's get going. This is epilogue to Throne of Atlantis. If you haven't been following along, it was a crossover between Justice League and Aquaman. Basically, what happened was someone attacked Atlantis. Orm, who's Aquaman's brother, thought it was a surface world, so he took his Atlantean army and attacked the surface. All things said and done, it turns out it wasn't the surface world that attacked Atlantis. It was one of Aquaman's advisors, and the reason why he did that was his advisor wanted Aquaman to go back and become the king of Atlantis, which is eventually what happened at the end. And the issue here is the events that happened after that crossover. It starts off, we see some whale poachers, and they've secured some Atlantean weapons that after the battle that happened in the crossover, a lot of these Atlantean weapons sunk to the bottom of the sea. Someone has retrieved them, and they're selling them on the black market. These whale poachers have purchased one of these weapons, and now they're going and catching more whales than they should. A team of, I don't know who these guys are, but a team of humans, they've come to stop the whale poachers, and so have Aquaman and his army. So they come and they stop the whale poachers. In this scene, we see that some of the people from the Atlantean army are still having trouble adjusting to having Aquaman as their king, because this character, Merc, constantly keeps on referring to how Orm would have done things, and I guess he's not really a fan of Aquaman. So that might be something that might develop later on if they decide to throw a mutiny or revolt storyline into this. But for now, he's in line and he's following his orders. Waller is telling Aquaman that the surface world still doesn't recognize Atlantis as a nation, and she also wants to know what Aquaman is fighting for, because the surface doesn't like Atlantis and Atlantis doesn't like Aquaman. So there's no side for Aquaman to fight for, but Aquaman is persistent in trying to make the world see that Atlantis is a good place. So that is what this conversation is about. Meanwhile, Mira, who decided not to go with Aquaman back to Atlantis, and some police have come and captured her. I can't remember what that was all about, but that scene happens there. Next, we see Aquaman. He's talking to some whales, and this is showing his remorse and his regret and his guilt for not having been there for so long in the past. At the end, we see that there's someone coming out of this trench or reef in the ocean, and I guess he is going to challenge Aquaman for the position of King of Atlantis. So I guess that is what's going to happen in issue number 18. Overall, after reading the Throne of Atlantis crossover, this issue felt like a really big letdown. It didn't carry any of that momentum over, and this issue kind of fell flat for me. So because of the pacing of this issue, and it didn't really carry the momentum from Throne of Atlantis storyline that was in that crossover, unfortunately I'm going to have to give this a low score. I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. It wasn't horrible, but it didn't blow me out of the water. No pun intended, but it was just one of those ho-hum issues that I probably wouldn't have missed if I didn't read it. So hopefully issue number 18 picks it up and impresses me a little bit more than this one did. Otherwise, I'm going to have to drop this title because it's just not doing it for me. Thanks for watching my review for Aquaman issue number 17. Let me know what you thought about this. Leave some comments, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys on the next review. Thanks!